Hello friends and welcome back to the Regenerative Urban Farm. It's been a while, so this is more or less an update video, I guess. Times have been maddening. We got more rain in the past we got all the rain we should have gotten in the past year, in the past 3 weeks, and torrential bucketing downpours one after another. And that woke up, ancestral lines of mosquitoes. They're everywhere, and it's a little out of control. uh, Aside from that, we also, one of our dogs passed away very tragically, very unexpectedly from a form of cancer called lymphoma, which, if anyone has ever experienced that with their dog, my heart goes out to you because that was extremely tragic to, endure and watch Layla endure. And sadly, it's incurable, and she met the same fate as all other dogs that succumbed to it, but we did our best to make her final days as comfortable and happy as possible, and it really just, burned us out for everything. I didn't really have any desire to work on the farm or make videos. Pretty much, I was just, wrapped up in devastation. But now we're back to, the rigors of life. Of course, I also got a promotion the same time. Actually, my first day was the day that Layla passed, and so I have a lot less spare time to pour into the operation here to create something impressive, and that's going to be the goal now. We should be past the heat wave stage of things. Hopefully, we're past the torrential downpour stage. It is sarcastic, you spend a whole year wishing for rain, and then after it comes, you should have specified your wish a little better, I guess, because sometimes nature will give you what you've been begging for in ways you weren't prepared for. So, due to the mosquitoes, I wanted to try a little more of a hands-off method for seed starting this year, just because it's very unbearable to be outside, and there's also a West Nile problem down here, so there are tangible consequences to getting bit by millions of these creatures. So I wanted to show you that real quick. It's kind of something that crosses boundaries as far as what I think is acceptable practice, but desperate times call for desperate measures. So let's go take a look. So these three containers are self-contained seed starters, and I'll show you what they look like under all the humidity in a moment. But so we have organic broccoli, organic lettuce, and this one's tag's got 8. I'm pretty sure this is organic spinach. So this is my method to get past the initial phase without having to get eaten alive as much. So let me go show you what they look like. Alright, so inside of each of those seed starters is one of these. It is a rack of 40 small starter pots, I guess you call them. And that sits within this, which is a water containing unit that just sits under it so it doesn't dry out. And above that just sits this, which is, it creates its own little self-contained atmosphere in there. And they won't be in here for very long, but this will help them get a start in life before the chickens find out about them, as well as not have me out tending to little ones as much. Now, the controversy on my end is, the combination of plastic and produce, which I'm traditionally against, but hey, they're only going to be in there for, probably maybe a week or two, and then they will move on to bigger and better things. But as it stands, the chickens are quite destructive. They've gotten a hold of a lot. I let them out to free range, and eventually sometimes I have to seek refuge because I'm getting eaten alive, and they take full advantage of that, and it takes them 5 minutes to totally demolish a garden bed, and then they just move on to the next. It's like then they know what they're doing wrong too. That's a crazy thing, is like yeah, I can see it in their eyes. They know they're not supposed to be doing that. And there's like, so there's, you know, piles of potting soil and stuff just in the yard, and they won't touch that. They go straight for the good stuff, which is the stuff that I don't want them to dig into. But it's the nature of the beast, I guess. So that was the update for today. I'll check back in tomorrow with some more, you know, fruitful content. For now, you know, have a good evening and a good night from the Regenerative Urban Farm.